sailing the Tangaroa. Welcome to one of the most unique anchorages that we have ever been to. It's called Crocodile Creek in the West Kimberleys, Australia. We anchor out the front of the creek on a low tide and explore the creek first by dinghy, negotiating our way past a series of shallow channels, rocky outcrops and a big twisted ball of rusty steel. This place is only accessible in Tangaroa on a high tide, and at the end of the creek is a hole formed from the waterfall's force, which remains deep enough on low tide to moor in. So we're just dinghying up Crocodile Creek on low tide. We've anchored out at the entrance bit. We've got to wait for water to come in, and I'm freaking out a bit.
We just found out that there's crocodiles.
There's got to be crocs here, and yeah, I don't know if I'm liking this that much. But the end bit's meant to be really cool. You anchor in this hole up in the gorge near a waterfall. So hopefully tomorrow morning we'll get the early high tide and we'll come in.
Yesterday we had a stern anchor out with a trip line on it and like this little pinky float, little orange float. And I went to pull it in this morning and it was flat, had a heap of teeth marks in it. So that was our first croc encounter. It didn't look like a big croc, but it definitely flattened it, and I can't think of anything else around here that would have put the teeth marks in it. So they like chewing toys. Well,
nah, there's no crocs there, but there is. So now we've just got to be very careful.
We're not getting to see a croc, babe. Didn't bring the big camera though.
That's a tight channel. Wow. Wow. That's a tiny little hole with a waterfall. We had to wait for the high tide to bring in the tanga to the end of Crocodile Creek, a whole 9 metres of water movement, so we would be clear of all the hazards that were in the creek. At the entrance we had a large sneaky hammerhead shark pay us a visit, maybe a greeting, I'm not too sure.
Water runs over basalt, falls in a minjar. Brahmani knows countries.
The next morning we pulled the anchor to venture in and tied up to the cliff face right in front of the waterfall.
On the wind, she flies to Rail Creek. I see her now in the stories I tell. An old man crocodile swims through my stories, and he knows the river like he knows my fears. Kept alive by the light of the fire, together they sleep on the banks of my dreams.
Well, we've just pulled into Crocodile Creek. It's a tiny little hole underneath the waterfall. So we're going to drop into the hole, and it's pretty much like a lock. So we're going to be stuck in here for a couple of days, which is going to be awesome. There's the most beautiful little waterfall trickling down here, and on low tide there's one here as well. There's even little mangrove jacks in here. Mullet. This is unreal. Our own private little swimming hole.
Oh, glad we did this, babe.
Isn't it amazing?
Oh, so good. Apparently on the big spring tides, as you can see, right, we're on a high tide now, and the salt water is almost the same level as this freshwater pool. We've had a look, there's no crocs in here, but apparently on spring tides, they have seen crocs up in here, so kind of got to suss it. And then if you go up this waterfall, there's another fresh pool, and I don't think they'll be able to get up there anyway. There's all little mangrove jacks in here, and
There's one just there.
So this water's pretty fresh, but I imagine it gets brackish on a big tide after the salt comes in. Really cool spot. Crocodile Creek.
So sick.
Really cool.
I'm excited to see it at low tide.
So on low tide, where our boat is, basically where our tinny is a waterfall, and then on low tide, there's a massive hole there from all the fresh water in the wet that would come over, dug out a big hole. So our boat's sitting in like 11 metres of water at the moment in this big hole, and all behind it, it's like low tide, you almost can't even access in here with the tender, so really cool spot.
Okay, this is the little pool up the top. Got a second beautiful little swimming hole. Not heaps of water running down, but it's still very beautiful. Low tide at Crocodile Creek. Tanga's all the way down there.
Here we are at Crocodile Creek on a high tide. It's coming into high right now. Tanga's sitting there, and you can see why, if you look around at the entrance, you can see why they get crocodiles in here, because it actually floods. There's the top of the ladder. Fresh water flowing into the first pool, and it's it's flooded with salt water. So being flooded with salt water probably means you get saltwater crocodiles in there. I just spoke to one of the charter guys, and he reckons there's a resident like 2 metre here, and he's seen him, it's scared him out of this hole a few times. So I don't know if he's a threat to people, but still you wouldn't want to corner him. So Hannah and I now, we're going to climb up and swim in the top pool, which will be all fresh and hopefully no crocodiles. We're just standing here and watching this tidal flood and this freshwater pool, and you can see the layer of the tide moving in under the fresh water. It's like fresh water on top. And I noticed yesterday diving off into the pool, when you go down it tastes salty, and then you come up to the surface and you're in fresh water again. So it's really interesting, eh? You can see it looks like, kind of looks like water and petrol. The difference, it's incredible.
So this is my little afternoon posse, private waterfall, while I'm reading my book. Beautiful day. It gets quite, Tanga's perfect for up here. We spend so much time out on deck underneath the shade, and we get any cool breeze that's coming through the gorges here.
See Hannah camouflaged over under the waterfall there. You can get saltwater crocodiles in this pool on the tide. I'm just going to show you the hole that we're in. It's about an hour till low tide. Our sat phone wasn't working because we're so low in the gully here that we don't get very good coverage of the sky. So you can see that we're dropped right down. 4 lines tying us up so we don't move. I'm just trying to hold us on this side of the hole so we get the maximum amount of sunlight on our solar panels.
I feel the music in my bones when I'm walking down the street. Never thought goes through my mind, cause I'm grooving to the beat. I said the music's got my feeling alright, got my feeling alright, yeah. Laying in the van in the 40-something heat. The radio is blasting, catch a fire on repeat. The music's got my feeling alright, got my feeling alright, yeah. Alright, yeah. living their lives, sleeping while the rest of us are living our lives. It's time we all let them know that it's not alright, yeah. I had a little birdie tell me something today.
Hidden at the heart of the Kimberley are a group of 1,000 islands called the Buccaneer Archipelago. Aboriginal people have lived in the archipelago for thousands of years, and their rock art can be found on many of the islands and mainland. Join us as we go explore this wild place.
So we've got two options. We can either go on an adventure.
You're turning around!
So we're sailing fast and we're moving in the direction we want to go,
But sideways.
but sideways.
The way you make me